Why? Why is this happening? If the people there go and get the court case and CAF listens to this person and this person, Nigeria will make it to the World Cup. The Eagles have lost their wings and the Lions have left the jungle. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Football Heritage. Basically, today, we just had the second rounds of the CAF World Cup qualifier. And do I have to tell you people, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. Gone are those days when we will look at the big nations, and if we were doing 1xBet back in the days, you see Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, you see Egypt, Morocco. Automatically, you will say, bet. Automatic cash out. Gone are those days. The Eagles have lost their wings and the Lions have left the jungle. Today, we were supposed to be watching Nigeria try to qualify against leaders in their group, South Africa. We also have another giant, Cameroon, in second place, going out head-to-head against Cape Verde. Oh my. For me personally, I was looking at it like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. The noisy neighbors are going to be quiet today. Generator Republic will finally keep quiet. Eba Republic will have no stew. In fact, I did not do much talking. I was very quiet. I did not want that to talk too much. And then Nigeria ends up beating South Africa, and then Cameroon ends up, losing to Cape Verde. So I was being humble before the game. But deep down inside, I wanted Nigeria to lose because Generator Republic, we know how you people are. Pop, 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 pop. When it comes to football, pop, 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 pop. So I was hoping that things would go as planned because virtually everybody knew that Nigeria was out of this World Cup. I mean, the numbers did not make sense. I mean, Nigeria, they had their calculators out. They were doing maths, and then they had a court case pending. Oh, if we go ahead and get this point, and then if the court case, if the people there go and get the court case and CAF listens to this person and this person, Nigeria will make it to the World Cup. And I was looking at you people like Nigerians. Nigerians reminded me of Arsenal fans, very delusional set of football fans. Nigeria had no chance to qualify. You had your chances. Your only challenge that you had in your group is South Africa. South Africa. And so that was supposed to be the plan. These guys, these noisy neighbors, they were supposed to go ahead and lose because a couple of my closest friends are Nigerian. And football banter is one of the top things that we banter about. I personally believe Nigeria versus Cameroon rivalry goes way back. Most people think it starts 2000, and I think Nigeria hosted the Nations Cup in 2000 when Cameroon won. But it starts way before that, in the 80s. You see, Nigeria has given Cameroon 3 AFCON finals. 3 times you have taken that trophy from your hand. And so this was supposed to be the perfect moment again for me. Perfect moment. Nigeria loses, Cameroon clinches, and we're in the World Cup in the US, where I'm based. The banter was supposed to be sweet. But nah, man. Per usual, things did not go as planned. Things did not go as planned. Cameroon that is yet to lose a World Cup qualified game, or that was yet to lose, decided to go to a 500,000 nation. A nation with less than 1 million people. In fact, we have 5 million Nigerians in Cameroon. But we struggled against a 500,000 nation. Players, we are naming Bomo, Angisa, Baliba, top players. And we go ahead and wet the bed away. And so the conclusion that I'm getting from this is that time is up. Time is up. There is no big nation, there is no small nation when it comes to African football. Because what these top nations were supposed to be doing when they were driven by the football, they were supposed to be investing in their infrastructure. They were supposed to be building on the ground. But guess what? They neglected that. And that's where we are today. We have found ourselves in situations where our top players that used to have commitment to their nations, the slightest opportunity that they get to play for a European nation, they'll play there. They'll spend their time and wait. In the old days, likes of Bukayo Saka will be playing for Nigeria. The likes of Olise will be in Nigeria. Mbappe will be in Cameroon. Hugo Iketike, Cameroon. But no, due to the amount of things that have been happening over the years, these guys will rather take their chances and wait. Because they understand that if there is no structure, forget about talent. If there is mismanagement, talent is useless. So as we review the games, the rest of the scores that happened today, if you look at the other teams that played today, we have Benin 4-0 against Lesotho, a team that Super Eagles struggled against. 4-0. Gambia beating Burundi 2-0. Mauritania drew with Sudan. Ivory Coast and Gabon drew. Ivory Coast, another giant, is drawing. Angola is no longer a small team. We all saw them at the last AFCON. Burkina Faso, this is an acceptable draw because Burkina Faso has been one of the most underrated teams in recent years. And you can see that the structure that they are building, not African country, it will reflect in their football. So now when we review this game, in fact, it's so bad that Google decided to hide the rest of the teams for us. Let's get to the big boys. DR Congo lost to Senegal. Congo was leading 2-0 at halftime, but Senegalese proved that they are not a small nation. Senegalese proved that they are who we think they are. These guys came back, 2 goals down, and won the game. Togo won 1-0 versus Sudan, and the Generator Republic and the Amapiano Republic, they could only split. Because these guys, they banter all day. They make noise. They say Nigeria drinks, South Africa gets drunk. That's what happens. Sierra Leone beating Ethiopia. Ethiopia, one of the greatest nations in Africa. 2-0, small Sierra Leone. So when we look at these 2 specific games, we want to ask ourselves, why? Why is this happening? What is happening? What is going on? Here are my top reasons as to why the African giants of football are no longer on top. I have 3 reasons here. First reason is poor federations. As I mentioned earlier, the structuring and culture of the teams have been neglected. You see, it's not just about the football, it's about the entire country as a whole. If you look at how these countries are being managed and you compare them to other nations like Morocco, teams that if you look at their history, you cannot even compare them. You cannot compare Morocco's football history to Cameroon. You cannot compare Morocco's football history to Nigeria. But when you look now and you see the result, you see Morocco's players, their French players, their international players, their best of the best are looking forward to playing back home. You have the likes of Hakimi. I mean, it goes to the management of Morocco. And if you want to visit Africa, Morocco is top, one of the best countries to visit when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to organization, when it comes to no corruption. Morocco is one of the best. So the first thing when we talk about is the poor management of their federation. We know about NFF. And then we know about Fecafoot. If you don't know about Fecafoot, let me tell you. Samuel Eto'o is the president. Everybody knows Samuel Eto'o, Africa's greatest player, in my opinion. I don't think it's an argument, but some people will argue. They'll say Weah, they'll say Okocha. But, we know George Weah, Roger Milla, Abedi Pele, Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba. The list is fluid, but Samuel Eto'o, if he says he's the top, you can't argue with that because the numbers back it up. Serving as the president of the Football Federation. He hires a coach. He brings his players, and then the government decides that, no, we don't want that coach. We will implement our own coach that we want on your federation. How can a nation implement a coach against a federation who focuses solely on football development in your country? What that means is that there is already disorganization at the top. There's already disagreement at the top. Let's look at NFF, Nigerian Football Federation. I know you people inside you talk, but outside you are quiet. You don't want us to know. But we know. The Nigerian Football Federation, we saw what happened to, I think, Finidi George, your former manager. And then the former coach, which was an excellent coach, took you guys to the finals. Pay his money now. Abi, you know I'm pay. You rather bring somebody that will come, do what you want, play who you want, collect this player's salary. These are the things that are killing our football. These are the things that are making the football in Africa for these top nations unattractive to the top talent. We have heard rumors of guys like Kylian Mbappe wanting to play for Cameroon at a young age, and they're asking him to pay. A talent like Kylian Mbappe. We see Mbolo scoring and sending his nation home from the World Cup because he plays for Switzerland. Somebody that went to Europe at the age of 17, committing to another country. Same thing happened to Umtiti. Same thing we're seeing Elanga Bisek that plays for Inter Milan. Hugo Ekitike, at the age of 24, is still waiting. Was still waiting to be called up by France rather than commit to his father's nation, to his fatherland. And so poor mismanagement for the Football Federation is the number 1 reason. Number 2 reason, money over passion. The guys that we have now, they see what's going on. When they come in there, they see that, so this is how it is. This is what's going on here. These guys at the federation, they don't. It's as if everybody wants to line their pockets. So me, I'm just gonna come here. Oh, I'll line my own pocket. Oh, and I'll prioritize money over passion. And what do I mean by that? When I say that, it doesn't just mean that, oh, these guys come in and they are only playing because they want money. No. They will look at it and say, hey, why would I come here and be aggressive? Why would I come here and give my all and potentially injure myself? And when I injure myself, that's going to impact the teams that are feeding me. That's going to impact the European club. When they come here, the pitches are bad. They just see the disorganization that's there. So they themselves are reserved in their approach. What they're going to prioritize is the secureness of their family. What they're going to prioritize is their daily bread, what feeds them. They're going to prioritize their performance at the club before they prioritize country. Whereas in the old days, it's from your country that we know who you are. It's the flag that you bear that defines who you are as a soccer player. We had guys that were doing wonderful things in Europe, but in those days, we did not have cable, we did not have satellite to watch them on a daily basis. So where do we watch them? We watch them at the national level. And those top guys made sure that they had to prove themselves at the national level. And my third reason, let's face it, they're just not good enough. They are just not good enough. These guys, I'm sorry. Sometimes when you play for a big club, it's not because of your talent. Like they say in life, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you have a proper agent that can get you connected to a big club, he will get you connected to a big club. And then there's also football buyers. Oh, we see guys, EPL, English Premier League players, foreign players, blah, blah, blah. All these players, you automatically assume that they are better than some of the guys that we have. If you have played football, you know that sometimes the best don't make it. It's sometimes about the opportunity that is given. So let's face it. When you lose one game, you lose two games, you draw another game, and you cannot go against a small nation and take 3 points where your quality and class is supposed to show against those nations, and you struggle. Guess what? If you do that consistently, the result is that you are not good enough. That's who you are. That is who you are. And so based on these things that we're saying, I can conclude that Cameroon and Nigeria are just not good enough. And so they are deserving to not be in the. But granted, that's not everything, no. At least for me, at least for Cameroon, there's hope. Let's look at the standings here. Oh. There's small hope because if you look at the standings in Group H, where the best second team are in contention. What is this I'm seeing? What? Who has hacked Google? You see these Nigerians? You see this Nigerian? What is Nigeria doing at the top? Who put you people there? Eh? Zero. There's no points. I mean, I said that you people are delusional. Look at it. You have already hacked the Google system and you are already putting Nigeria. Who put you there? Based off what? But these are the teams that are in standing now for second place. And you still have other teams that are yet to play. You see, Tanzania still has a match in hand. So at least for Cameroon, there's hope. If we win our next two matches, we will most likely be amongst the top two teams to be in contention to play for the playoffs, because the top four in Group H get to participate in the qualifying tournament that is to take place. So silver lining that I have is that me as a Cameroonian, it's not over for me. But for you, Generator Republic, Abi, it's time to keep quiet. Light don't go. Light don't go. Anyways, that's how we have it today. This has been a review. I am Rude Boy FC. Follow us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us, Football Heritage. And next week, we return back to regular play. Stay tuned, and thanks again for tuning in.